Let's try that again. Right, let's do a Reggie live and at the scene. So let's just got the kettle. Let's put water in the kettle. Hold on. Right, we've got a kettle full of cold water. Right. So we'll start off with where's the line? Oh yeah, see, a kettle full of water, full of cold water. The time it takes to boil a kettle is the time it'll take me to do a pot noodle my way, a Reggie sort of a pot noodle. Let's put the kettle on. We've already fouled that up by pulling that off strongly, right? We get the red stuff. You know, that pot noodle, which is this dried stuff, beef and tomato. Squeeze the red in it. Okay. You get a little red sachet with it. No problem. Next thing we put in is 2 oxos, but we've only got 1 oxo, right? So Debbie likes to break them in the packet and share them out, you know, and tip them out. It's designed to do. I don't do that. I just get them and I just break them up in my hand. And we put an oxo in there. Look. Put 1 more oxo in there. Because I am a fan of oxo. I like oxo bread. Do you have oxo bread? Or even just a cup of oxo. Sometimes, you know, you're sick of tea and coffee, but you still want a warm drink. Well, just try just a cup of oxo. Quite nice. Yeah. So there's the oxo in. Yeah. So ordinarily that's quite thin. That gravy that's in there, it's a bit watery. So what we do is we get a bit of gravy, gravy granules, you know. Now you've got to be careful because too much it goes thick, too little it doesn't make a difference. So just put a sprinkling of gravy in it. Obviously, go mad with the pepper. And I know salt is bad for you, but you know, if you want to put a bit of salt in it, yeah, that'll do fine. Now, you've got to be really careful when you put the Marmite in it, because the Marmite kills the taste of anything. It's such a strong ingredient, the Marmite. So what I tend to do is just put a little bit in, just to dibble the front. It just adds to the flavour. Just put a little bit of Marmite. Are you familiar with Marmite? Once you've done that, your kettle's nearly boiled. What I also do, I also put a topping of red sauce. What I do with the red sauce now is I give it a topping of red sauce and fill the top until it's got a full layer on top like that. Look, there we are, and we're nearly ready. So that's what it looks like. It's a bit of a gunge, a bit of a mess. You've even got time to tidy up waiting for the kettle. Okay, only 1 person. I should have put less water in the kettle. It would have boiled quicker. Blah blah blah. So we have got the Marmite stuck on the fork. That's the trouble with Marmite. But there's a way around that. Wait for the kettle to boil. And what we do now is we just dribble the boiling water off the fork. Like wash the Marmite off the fork so it doesn't get stuck there. Just as you're putting the water in, make sure it goes over the fork first. And you see it'll work its way down and in. Don't think that's took enough. You can always tell by the bottom. Just give it a bit of a squeeze. And then what I like to do is give it a good old, so pumping so the liquid goes all round and through it. And you know, some of you might like to have it to rest. Some like to, or however you deal with it. What I do is I like to break it up first. So we make sure everything's all mixed in, and we'll give that a few minutes just for it to get the liquid back into the noodles, you know, get the noodles going, make sure there's no sticky bits. So now look, it's fairly well mixed in now. Make sure you mix the bottom of it. Make sure, go looking around for if you've got any lumps in it, break up all the lumps. Let me see, now give that a minute or two, because remember you've put boiling water in it, haven't you? So you don't want to put it in your mouth straight away. So by the time you've gone back to your seat, gone back to your favourite place away from the, you know, by the time you've gone to the seat where you're going to eat this, it'll be nice and ready. And that's Reggie, live and at the scene, doing a Reggie version of a beef and tomato pot noodle.